Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking or Shalonda. And we're going to go ahead and talk about something real quick. This is a little bit off subject, but really not. So, again, I'm just peeking in on this. I ran across this and the energy just told me, girl, what is they talking about? So maybe I'm asking y'all, what we talking about? Okay, so now, like, even we just in the text, right? And we talking about son of the North, don't hold back. Well, listen, I got to thinking. I'm like, okay, in the South. Okay, it's the North and the South. So then I was thinking, okay, the South. You talking about the South? When I forget what war it was when the nation was divided. Lincoln in Illinois, if I'm not mistaken, and the whole thing in Sumter, I think, with the fort. And y'all know, I'm just very visual and things like this. Okay, so anyways, I did a video on it. If you know the war is listed under that name. I mean, it's just so much information coming through. So when I finished reading, something just was telling me, okay, I'm like, okay, so like I look at, okay, the Northern Kingdom right now, especially when it comes to the Midwest, is me, right? So I'm thinking, like, what's going on? Somebody trying to pull a slick, quick one. And I told you this is why this restriction has come on my account in the past couple days, right? For me not to be able to share, not even to use. Somebody don't even want me. I'm just saying somebody. Somebody could be anybody. Don't even want me to be able to share on my little platform, on my little own group that I've worked hard and built, to make sure that anything, is not really coming in there. I sift through the information, they don't even want me to be able to share to other groups, because this is my thing, right? So I guess they found out that, okay, this person is sharing this information on their own platform. Oh my goodness. They're not really even, for a while I stopped posting on YouTube because the energy was off. Now I don't even give a damn. So I know these groups, some of these groups y'all dealing with, is getting in their feelings. They coming up with ways and strategies. They using their behind the scenes networking in order to do whatever it is they're doing. So I think it was a shooting or something in New York. Some just keep saying something about damn New York to me. So I watched this little clip right here, and I'm thinking, hold on. If for some reason I'm telling something that might be going in another, again, I'm not really invited to any of these behind the scenes things, right? I mean, I know that somebody's talking. I mean, I might be included, but I'm not there. I'm just using my senses to pick this up. Source. I'm just using that energy that's around me, ancestors, guides, angels, and source. That's letting me know. That's who I'm sitting up in here with. Just using my mind, my gifts. Let's just say that. So I got to thinking, hold on. Who can I select that may have a problem with me in the South? And who may have a problem with me in the Northeast? And I'm thinking, like, what is going on? What is they really talking about? Let's see what they talking about, y'all. I'm thinking 6 million people. I mean, it don't say because of, the nothing. It's not saying because of the nothing. I recall a couple of months back, seeing old girl speak and having something to say about it. And I felt like what she was saying had something to be, underlining. Now, one of the governors mentioned something about how they present things and that they present it in a way, some kind of way. And again, it's just where you need to be able to read between the lines because people trying to talk over your head. So I figure some of these people might be, they've been living in a lap of luxury with, being able to do what they want to do. And for me, I can only do what I can do because this is the only thing I can do because I'm the one that's being imprisoned, basically, in this thing, okay? That I know of because, again, it's just me. So, and I don't really think it's just me. You see, I know that I'm not who they say I am. And I know that I'm not alone, right? It's like the ether and the elements is telling me don't trip. But other energy is saying be afraid. But I can't. So, again, I'm going to just keep on just doing what I do. I'm not doing it for no reason, but again, to protect me and my people or people in general. Okay? So it seemed like it's some frantic things is going on, what I'm seeing in the heavens, on earth. Somebody's trying to stop some things from going on and trying to put things in place. And there's almost an energy of one more thing and you're out. But at the end of the day, I'm already out. And it just, at this point, it really doesn't matter. I don't fear what man does. I'm dealing with another energy here. So again, I'm not saying that there's not nothing to worry about. I'm just saying, what can I do? I have a purpose here, and I'm going to continue to deliver. I'm going to continue to see what I'm going to do. Just sit here, know this stuff going on, not say nothing. Not use the one viewer that I get on my videos to at least speak my piece. So then I noticed, okay, a Republican from New York, okay, speaks about the eviction, moratorium set to end tomorrow, okay, which Congress failed to extend before going on a 6-week recess. I wonder, why is they going on a 6-week recess? Why am I being blocked at this time? Why this and why that and why that? So let's just listen to this real quick.
This was coming. Yes. We were sounding the alarm about this issue. The court order was not yesterday. The court order was not Monday. Court order.
So the energy here, like I said, for the past couple of weeks, been kind of trying to make me feel like I need to be leaving my home or worried to be in my home or if somebody can take my home or, it's just been an energy here. But it kind of just disappeared because I guess I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of disappeared. I'm just standing my ground. This is my shit. I'm not going nowhere. And that's just the end of it. Nobody coming up in here. And that's just it. And it's just me doing this video might come across to these people that have all of these people that have their back. That have had all this time to try to do these things that they doing. Undermining things, right? But that's just not me. There's a whole bunch of people. Because I'm telling the truth. So since this eviction thing or whatever, moratorium, I'm thinking like, hold on, let's just look at this real quick. Let's look at this and how frantic this seems to be and how this person is saying we knew it was coming. I knew something strange was coming, but let's just see.
It was about a month ago. We had financial services hearings about it. Members were bringing alarm to the administration about it. There have been public statements about it, asking for all of us, White House and Congress, to move on this sooner. The fact that this statement came out just yesterday is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. I want to make that very clear.
By design. Somebody playing games. Somebody trying to use their hand against something that they shouldn't be doing. I feel. I don't even know exactly what we whole talking about. I'm just using my senses at this point. or censors. Okay? I'm asking y'all, do you know?
Because the excuses that we've been hearing about it, I do not accept them. But secondly, what we have here, and we have members within our own caucus threatening to go on vacation and imperiling the lives of millions of people is unacceptable. And so we need to make sure that we get this passed. We cannot leave town until we protect people's ability to stay in their homes. And we need to push on governors who have not been getting the emergency rental assistance out in time.
Let me find out this is about people that been grafting and playing around with trees and family trees and things like this in order to use these documents that could be doctored in order to remove people or take people from, I'm just wondering if this might have something to do with this. I'm just concerned if this might have something to do with this. And the whole thing about gathering the sons or the people from the east and the west, I look at that as the left and the right wing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at this in some kind of different way. I'm just looking, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is just a theoretical questioning type of thing that we're doing here. Okay? Because the definition is kind of what sent me off. Okay? So again, is somebody purposely, are we talking about what's going on in Isaiah? Are we talking about this whole thing that seems as though there is now again, and the reason, the way that it's spelled in this book, like I said, is I-S. So again, we talking about El, the God of El. We talking about the angels most of them had El in the book of Enoch, right? But this in Isaiah, it's spelled, it just makes me think about the Issachar, Ishatar, let me see. It's spelled Isaia. Isaiah. And I know it don't sound like ISIS, but I'm just wondering. Something is just, yeah. I don't even know if this has something to do with a clearing out of a place to get it prepared for something. They're talking about this possible another shutdown. Something is just.
There are some constituents and places. There are some constituencies and municipalities that have been getting it out more effectively, others less effectively. But the fact of the matter is,
and some more effectively and some less. I wonder which ones are less effectively, and I wonder what areas we talking about, because I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it here.
States across the board, red and blue, have not been getting this money out. We have authorized a total of $46 billion in emergency rental assistance, and only $3 billion has gone out so far. No matter whose fault it is, the fact of the matter.
Okay, now since they're saying rental assistance, I'm seeing if this might even, like this sounds like something what they were talking about when it was talking about, keeping something in place or whatever for, people not to be able to be, I know that that was going on or is, that they can't be evicted from their homes because of this thing or whatever. But sometimes I just feel like there's an underlining thing, and I could just be, thinking of this in the wrong manner, but Spirit just, I don't know, won't let me rest on this, and the fact that these people are going to try to go off into a recess or hiding almost, it seems as though they decided to, and even if this was just talking about for the fact that these people might be getting evicted or whatever when it comes to, what was going in effect for the dis-ease that even if it is, that just sounds so, because what kind of reckless things will be going on? Could you imagine? If some places have been notified and other places may not have been notified, could you imagine what that would cause? People being, put out, I don't know. That just seemed like there would be chaos. And so again, for people to hold this off, like she said, is ridiculous, however we're looking at it. And then to go hold it off for a long time and then to leave? Why? What is going on? Is there something to do with some militias or something? Because this militia thing just keeps on, and it's making me think it's just bigger than it is. Like, even when they talk about Afghanistan, I mean, low key, I'm just seeing something else there coded. And this is right, I think a day before that, or that day, there was something saying, that the troops were pulling out or whatever. So what? Why? What are these? Could that be low key code for actual, things that's going on this plane? Because of this spiritual warfare.
Matter is that what was promised to people has not been given. And as long as those funds remain tied up in whatever elected officials of whatever party's hands, we cannot kick people out of there. There cannot be an eviction. There cannot be mass evictions right now.
I was making so much.
Okay. And so she said, out of there. So, let's see. And then this is the funny thing about the dream, that I had. And then I woke up, and then, like I said, I went downstairs, seen a familiar face that I never seen in the house next door. Strange activity in the neighborhood. It's just something that's just standing out to me. So again, I be paying attention to a lot of things. Let's go ahead and look at this real quick. All right. A moratorium, a noun. We in etymology here. 1875, originally a legal term for authorization to a debtor to postpone due payment. Okay, so again, that could be talking about this whole thing or whatever. From neuter of late Latin moratorius, tending to delay. So I'm wondering, that was 1875 what the definition meant then. But, it moves on. This is the history of the word, okay? So again, tending to delay. So there was some kind of delay or something, right? It just so happens that the same day where it feels like, I can't remember what Biden was saying about stopping something. Yesterday was the deadline for something. I don't know, it just raised my ear to it. And I was supposed to go back and see. I missed the clip, and I was supposed to go back and see, and I forgot to, and so I'm frustrated a little bit because I can't remember what it was that the deadline they were saying was maybe going to be lifted or changed from, Saturday to some other day or something. But, I thought it was something that I should have paid attention to. And again, I was kind of aggravated that I didn't really get to catch the whole thing. Right? So again, tending to delay, pause. Again, so hinder, delay. So again, even with me, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like there's been a hindering spirit around when it comes to me and my message. And it just seems to be like really just geared towards, again, those who speak somewhat truth, right? Or the truth, or are going against the grain with information, But to have a person feel that way, and it's just like, why? I mean, there's so much of this energy, and I just see this stuff all the time. I'm just thinking like, why? It's because somebody is trying to hinder the whole process of the real. It's like a smothering thing or something, a smear campaign with a smothering, with a crucifix, with a, what do you call it? Is it a crucifixion? Okay. It's just a lot, it's just a dang on lot, Okay. It's because this energy been sitting around here for a minute about this whole thing that dealing with land. And it just tied me back to the same faces and places when I think about this. When I hear certain people have said, oh, yeah, we about to come there and this about to happen, but they didn't particularly wasn't talking about my area, but because of the circumstances and things that's going on behind the scenes, it could be. This person could have very well been saying this. It was too many details in the doo-doo for it not to be talking about something. Again, and to stumble across these same people. How are these people that are in our so-called community mentioning things that are, again, going on in people's private life, my private life, in conversations that's going on in my home? I'm telling you, there is something bigger going on. These people have access to information through intel because they're dealing with certain groups. I'm not even naming no names. Again, eyes that see and ears that hear will hear. I'm telling you, something strange is going on here. Okay? To congeal, become solid. So again, somebody is waiting for something to be put in cement. And it has to do with, again, removing a cornerstone or removing an individual. It's something to do with somebody utilizing power in order to take something from someone that, again, and it's so funny. It's so funny. They already know who we are. They already know who I am. So it's like you mold and form something like we talk about all the time. God creating in Genesis 1 and the Lord God creating in Genesis 2. So again, something just hit me as though, okay, Shalonda, this might be a part of the plan of something else. You may not have anything to worry about, like the text says, right? But just thinking something is some way and actually seeing how flip-floppy this whole thing is, especially in this chapter or these chapters, something just don't seem right to me. Something don't seem right to me. And the things, the malicious acts that have been taking place when it comes to me and my freedom of speech. What am I saying that somebody's so afraid of? What am I saying that's so true? What am I saying that bothers somebody so much? Why do these people go behind the scenes and then their face pop out when they may hear something that they feel like may be doing that might be pertaining to them? Why do their energy is very strong? The force field of this energy, again, that I can pick up and sense from these people, I can already tell, again, there's something. There's some envy. There's something there. You know how people just want to be up mad at you about something? It just shows. It just shows who's working with who and what's been going on. Okay, so again, 1914, last remains. Okay, wait. And then 1914, general sense of postponement, deliberate, temporary suspension is recorded by 1932. And so again, there is this whole thing of feeling this kind of temporary suspension type of energy or a pause or something like that. You know what I'm saying? With, again, certain individuals that are acting in a certain manner. But again, is it really hurting anyone? I mean, the people that are putting this information out, it's almost like, they're, if anything, they're hurting themselves because they're trying to use their last ditch efforts to secure something. Something. And these people are so anxious to get into areas and clear them. And it's just so sickening because, again, a large amount of these people are the real American Indians that most of them don't even know who they are still yet and don't know nothing about these things and these programs. Not programs, but these things, and they don't know about status and they don't know about these things. So if something like this was really to be taking place, who could do that? And sit in your face and talk about they for the people. And are you serious? I'm just asking. Okay, in WordNet, we see here a legally authorized postponement before some obligation must be discharged. Okay, suspension of an ongoing activity. Okay, so again, it's almost like somebody. It seems like it's just some underlying things here, and it doesn't matter if it has to do with anything with the status, these laws, patents, or land grabs, whatever we want to call it. It doesn't matter if it have anything to do with that or if it have something to do. I didn't hear them say anything about the nothing, which is just low-key keyword for the variant. It seems as though there's a silent war here. It seems as though there's a silent war here. And these are related terms: a demur, to linger, tarry, delay. Any detention of a vessel by the freighter in loading or unloading beyond the time originally. A pause, a delay. Okay, again. One of the highest class of feeble-minded person, a moron. Sucking fish. That's interesting. 1560, a sucking fish. You know, just those fish, the men that we talked about, I don't know if it's I wouldn't say, we'll just say on some of the stela and some of the other things, okay, of antiquity that have these individuals on there that have these fish style costumes or attire or whatever. Maritime law. I'm just wondering. I feel like there's something else to this, but we're just questioning things at this point. We're just questioning things at this point. I'm just questioning things. It's just too many things that's like, some of these things are going full steam ahead that seem like they're unnatural acts. And then, you know, everything else is closing down and shutting down and making sure it's out of the way when it happens. You know, it's just strange. It's just strange. It's too many things. And it's just like spirit is just ringing in my ear and saying, you know what? But at this point, I feel like it's nothing. But just to see that and catch that, you know, I just couldn't go to bed until I at least, you know, thought about it or talked about it. You know? With, like I said, the military vehicles through here, like they weren't like the green color, they were like the tan beige color. One second.